that you have decided on a particular topic for research, let's proceed to the review of related literature so you can learn more about your topic. If you haven't watched the video Introduction to the Review of Related Literature yet, I suggest you do that first because this one will focus on the steps on how you can go about doing your review of related literature. But before that, let's grab some coffee first. Yes, kakailanganin ng kape para sa task na ito. If you are not fond of drinking coffee, Milo, hot choco, or Energen will do. Kasi kakailanganin ng maraming energy para magawa ninyo ito. Learning from others and reviewing literature involves selecting relevant literature, citing related literature, and synthesizing information from relevant literature. Let's begin with selecting relevant literature in this video. When reviewing literature, don't just go for any related literature. Choose literature that is relevant to your study and to your purpose. When we say relevant, hindi lang basta related. Relevant means it is significant. It is important to proving the matter. Relevant ang isang literature kung ito ay makakatulong sa pagpapatunay na yung problem na napili mo ay worth researching or talagang mahalaga. Relevant din ang literature kung maipapaliwanag nito ang iba't ibang aspeto ng isang topic. Kung ito ay naglalahad ng mahalagang impormasyon na galing din sa previous research or previous studies tungkol sa napiling paksa. Now, how do we go about doing our review of related literature? What do we need to do? First, identify the key concepts or variables in your study. Let's take, for example, the topic Among Us and the problem-solving skills of senior high school students in Muntinlupa National High School. The key concepts or variables are Among Us, problem-solving skills, and senior high school students. These are the keywords we will use as we search for related literature in the internet. Next, list down the synonyms of these terms. For Among Us, synonymous terms could be online games or multiplayer games. For problem-solving skills, thinking skills. Then for senior high school students, Gen Z students or high school students would do. Using the identified keywords and the synonymous terms, search for literature relevant to your study. You may search in Google, but for more academic papers, search in Google Scholar and in other research journal databases such as ERIC or Elsevier. I posted a link on our FB group page leading to the list of databases that provide open access to journal. Do check that out. Now, when you search over the internet, you're more likely to get a listing of various studies. So the next step is for you to select relevant literature. As much as possible, choose primary sources. These are the research articles because these are reports of people who actually conducted their own studies. These are not just a collection of information read or heard from somebody else. The authors, they themselves conducted researches following the scientific method of producing information or knowledge. Also, choose literature published in the last 5 years. Unless they are well-cited materials on principles, theories, and methods, and unless historical or pivotal yung study or yung mismong reference. Be careful to choose from legitimate and well-cited sources, lalo na for non-academic papers, let's say feature articles. Check first whether the source or the website is legit, or if the author is of a reputable background or considered an expert in the field. Usually, if not always, when you search for research journal articles, there is a citation count. Ito yung number of times na na-cite na yung source or the number of times people actually refer to it for information or quoted the material. Pag mas mataas yung citation count, ibig sabihin mas marami ng tao ang nagtiwala sa reference na ito. So choose literature with recurring citations. Additional tip. Check out the bibliography or references section of the related studies. Pag may nahanap na kayo na research article na sobrang related or quite similar to the study you want to conduct, check the bibliography or references section of that paper. Isa-isahin ninyo yung references and check whether available din ba online. And check whether relevant ba to your study. Now you know how to begin your search and how to select relevant literature. The next question is, what should you look for in each lit or in each study? First, look for definitions, descriptions, or dissections. Definitions and descriptions to check whether the paper's definition of the variable you also intend to study is the same, and whether you can use this definition for your paper. Dissections are different aspects of the variables under study. For example, health, physical health, mental, or emotional health. Some literature analyze and discuss the various aspects of a variable. This is important information that can help you understand your topic of interest and even help you in narrowing down your topic. Upon finding out, for example, upon finding out that the variable you intend to study or that you're interested in has different aspects, you can just focus on one aspect and not do all of them. Next, look for relationships between related studies or related literature. Take note of articles that agree on their findings or articles that have contrary findings. Or baka may studies na si study B ay resulta or ginawa because of the recommendations of study A. So watch out for those. Look for trends and patterns. After reading a few literature, check for trends for what seems to be popular for a particular time. For example, kung pag-aaralan yung trends ng multiplayer games over time, we could probably see the various games na pumatok during a certain period or yung pagbabago ng games na nilalaro ng kabataan. This does not only help you understand the topic, it'll also help you and your readers place the current study in context. Look for themes. I hope this helps. Sa mga party, malalaman natin kung ano yung theme kasi yun yung paulit-ulit na nakikita natin. Nakikita natin sa backdrop, nakikita natin sa table arrangement, nakikita natin sa cake. Alright? When reviewing literature, take note of themes, yung paulit-ulit mong nababasa. For example, when reviewing literature about video games, you might observe na marami sa nababasa mo ay reports of negative effects. That's one theme already. Pero at the same time, mayroon din iilan na nagre-report about positive effects. So you may decide to group these related studies into positive and negative effects. Take note also of debates or disagreements. This is probably where your study comes in as relevant or necessary to contribute to either side's argument. Take note also of pivotal publications. Ito yung mga maituturing natin na makasaysayan or game changer. Na dahil sa mga studies na ito, nabago ang marami or matagal nang pinaniniwalaan ng maraming tao. Or pivotal in the sense that this study led to many innovations. Then look for and take note of research gaps. Inasmuch as there are already a myriad of studies conducted and published, there probably remains a gap. And these gaps, ito yung mga dapat i-research or dapat pag-aralan pa. This is where you're supposed to come in, so you can generate information through the scientific method of research and fill in the gap. Very quickly, do not forget to take note of the following: author's names, article title, publication year, main purpose of the article, methodology or research design, participants, variables, measurement, results, and conclusions. You may opt to use note cards or organize your notes in a table like this one. Trust me, it'll be easier to see connections when you use a graphic organizer. So that's it for selecting relevant literature. In the next video, we'll discuss with you about citing relevant information. See ya!